multiplying positive and negatives homework. This should be a pretty quick one. So first off, let's just fill in these blanks. These are our rules for multiplication. They're even easier than our rules for addition and subtraction. A negative times a positive is always negative. All right, so there's not a special rule for if one is bigger than the other or anything like that. Just every time you multiply a negative and a positive, you always get a negative. And the order doesn't even matter. In number 2, we see a positive times a negative is always negative as well. So the positive can come first. As long as there's one negative, it's always going to be negative. But if there's 2 negatives with number 3, a negative times a negative is always positive. It flips back to be positive. Now don't confuse those with our rules for addition. A lot of students have been adding 2 negative numbers and saying it's positive because of this rule. You got to keep those separate in your head, the rules for adding and multiplying. One last thing is if you ever multiply by 0, anything multiplied by 0, so we'll just say any number times 0 is 0. That's another good rule for multiplication. All right, so how this is supposed to work is you need to first solve all 26 of these, get them to be a number. Let's try a couple. 8 times negative 9, well, that's a positive times a negative, so that's going to be negative 72. Let's do, well, we can now look down here and see if we have any negative 72s. We do. I'm going to put an A right there. I also have an A right there. Let's try one of these with 3 numbers. Like, which one? Maybe U. So I'm going to copy U over here. Negative 5 times negative 5 times positive 6. Negative times a negative, we're just going to go left to right. So we've got negative times a negative. That's going to become a positive 25. And then we'll carry down the 6. Positive times a positive. Well, that's always positive. 25 times 6 is 150. Let's see if we have any 150s. If we don't have any 150s, that's okay. It just means there's no U's. I do see a 150 right there, so I'm going to put a U there. Oh, there's another one. All right. Fill these all out, and you'll get your answer to the riddle. What animal can jump higher than a house? All right. Best of luck finishing this up. Have a good rest of your day.